Alrighty guys, and welcome back to another educational afforded Dead by Daylight survivor game. Now this is my third ever time playing this map. I am a rookie and I am a noob at this map. I don't know the lineups, I don't know the jungle gyms, and I don't know the windows. So it's very good that I have windows of opportunity. I'm going to try and move. I don't want to work on the generator in the center of the board. There is a good probability I have allies here. That is okay. I get an ally working on it. I don't know the tiles, I don't know the loops. I do know that I don't want to run through the main entry because highly likely that the killers are going to be within proximity of it. This could be a trapper, and that's exactly what it is. Hello, big fella. Now I'm going to just run around this. Now the bad news is I can't actually do anything here, but you know what I can do? Oh, he started to prep it and I've already left. Okay. Where's he going? Left or right? He picked up his trap that he prepped on the ground unless he had another trap available. Now, I don't know the trap placement on this map. I don't know much about this map. He picked up the trap. Okay, so we might be versing a rookie here, ladies and gentlemen. And that could be really good for business. I'm going to work on this generator outside. He spawned near the shack, so I have to be a bit careful if I decide to loop him at the shack. I'm going to loop him at the shack away from the grass, and if I see him hug the tile, that means he doesn't have prep in the grass. That means on my next lap, I'm going to hug the grass. He's already got a down and an injure on a player. We've got two different people on two different gens. I wasted a lot of time at the start. Right now, I'm the dead weight on the team, and I'm letting people down. Had an ally go down, we're going to get information on his perk. If he has pain res, we're going to see on Yui's generator in a second. And if Yui completes that, we're going to see it on the other gentleman's generator. No pain res, no stability, no regression. Generator outside completed. Other gentleman's working in the back right second quarter. He put down that trap. Did he put it down slow or fast? It feels like he's running setting tool. He's forced off his generator, which is bad. I would love to be altruistic and run in for the hook save, but right now, having some form of stability and objective work is really crucial. Now, like I said, I am pretty unfamiliar with this map, but I'm very familiar with versing trappers. Generally, rule of thumb is they're going to place a trap not in between a pallet, but they'll place it at the loop and try and get you to step in it while you're looking at the killer. But this guy's making some questionable decisions and movement. Now, I have information provided through Kindred, and Kindred is telling me everything I need to know. I can tell the killer's coming by how that guy was moving, even before the heartbeat. I can also tell the killer's gone back to the center of the board. Heartbeat faded. I have no information through Kindred. I know if he goes anywhere within 16 meters of the hook, I'm going to get info. As long as nobody stands in a trap right now, we are absolutely golden. Get the generator done, and rather than running to the middle of the map where there's a gen that's going to be getting regressed, I'm going to cuddle the skirt of the map. Cuddling the skirt, it means I'm going to work on this generator right here. Why would I do this? This could essentially lead to a 3-gen. However, that gen of that back left-hand corner is nearly completed. I have a gut feeling he's going to be near that back right-hand corner and funnel with these survivors to the left. He's going to try and get the survivors to run back to that gen, when in reality, these survivors should run towards the shack. However, we don't know what's going on. We have no form of information. What we do know is we're applying as much pressure as we can towards the generator. We just completed a gen solo, now we're going to another. I keep missing my grades, but let's talk about great skill checks. That little white skill check middle bit, if you land that, you're going to hear a special sound indicator. What does that entail? Well, that's a good question. That means that the generator is going to be completed by 1%. What is 1% of a generator? Well, a gen takes 90 seconds to do solo. If you look at these pistons on top of the generator, when they start moving really fast, it means 22% of a generator is completed. All four of those are moving very fast at 88% of completed of a generator, so there's about 10 to 12 seconds left on the gen. If you're using a toolbox as well while working on a generator, and you land a great skill check, you preserve one charge of the toolbox, meaning your toolbox can go a lot further. I shouldn't really be missing these skill checks. That's just a skill issue on my part. So, we're getting another generator completed. The gen in the middle still hasn't been done. We got an ally working on it, and you want to know something? That was the girl that started on the generator in the middle of the map. I have a gut feeling she is going to be a sheep, and she's going to run back to the same gen. Now, I feel a little bit bad for this trapper, because it feels like he is getting gen rushed to a degree, but let's point out a couple of facts real quick. I'm just going to check my tile, make sure that there's no preparation here, so I'm able to run this nice and comfortably. There you go. Looks like this tile is fresh. The bad news is I don't like recycling the same loop. I like taking the killer to the next loop. Stepping in a trap. This is where the trapper could swing some form of momentum. So let's actually see how this goes. Looking for the down. Every attempt he tries to get out, he's got 5% chance to getting out. Other guys saved. He is going to be going into dive state and get grabbed. That's really inconvenient for our ally, but I'm working isolated on the generated corner of the map. Do you see how quick that heal was? That means that that guy either had a perk where he gets unhooked and he receives an extra 70% of the heal, or the other guy was running will make it. One of the two. I didn't actually see. What I do know is the trapper is spending a lot of time near the center of the map. He has got pressure on two players. We have one player walking around doing nothing. He has pressure on 75% of the lobby. Imagine if I chose to get off my generators. Then he has pressure on 100% of the lobby. Now, if you choose to play Trapper, I want to let you know he is a very hard killer to play. Your time management and map macro is very crucial and important for your success. So what does this mean? This means that you need to learn how to maneuver the map really correctly, because you're going to need to run perks that reward you for looking for a flashlight blind if he's looking at me. That's very unfortunate. He's going to hook him there, and I'm going to blind him while he does the hook. Player on the left shoulder, take my free blind because he can't move, he can't look. Champions are light, slowing him down. I'm not going to go for the hook save. You're going to go for the generator kick. I'm going to go for the hook save while you do it, and you're going to come for the chase on me because I'm the one that blinded you, and people get emotional when they get blinded. She took the hit. I'm going to play to the loop on my left. He knows the gen was being worked on. I'm going to go for the long, safe skirt walk. There you go. Here he comes. I didn't actually see if he kept coming. That was my bad. I blocked my own line of sight. Hopefully I don't give him exposure. Oh, we're going to go right through that window now because he took a bad lunge. Let's go round. Let's keep paying attention to him. He has a trap. He let go of the chase and rotated. Okay, I got very lucky, but I also used a perk called High Knees. Or in this case, it's called Drama. What does Drama do? Drama allows me to lift my knees really high for 0.5 seconds. After that, I receive a movement speed bonus at 25% movement speed. It also has a secondary effect, and the secondary effect can vary between 1 and 4. You can never have the same effect activate twice in a row. Therefore, after you use Drama for the first time, it is a 1 and 3. What are the effects? Well, the first one is you scream and nothing happens. The second one is you gain the extra haste movement speed for an extra 2 seconds. The third one is you gain a random item. Killer has no-ed. Can't say I didn't see it coming. The Trapper doesn't feel like he has a lot of good perks going for him. I want to look and see if I can actually find a totem and break it. However, this might be one of those outs. Walking away with 2, which is considered a tie in Dead by Daylight. I'll apply pressure towards the door. I don't want to loop him at the shack right now. He's got prep in the shack doorway. I am going to trigger that right now. He's hooked in the basement. Ladies and gentlemen, the killer has no-ed, and he's got a guy hooked in the basement. This, to me, feels like a time where that guy is going to die in basement. Let's see what he decides to do. He didn't go back to the hook. He ran over to check on his totem, most likely. I don't like the idea of going for a door right now. He has no way out on the door too. Alright, I want to check to see if any of this grass is prepped. The haste movement speed he has from no-ed could be very painful. This is a great place for him to put a trap. It looks like he hasn't prepped it here. I, unfortunately, am not going to be going in for the guy in the basement because I have information through Kindred, and I can see him proxying the guy. I also know that this guy has very vanilla trap placement. I also know he has no-ed, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make the second door. He's going to die and hook before I can open this door, and he's going to come straight over. Unless that guy's waiting to get in, I actually think this might be a GG's from me. He's actually going in for the basement save. That is a true hero right there, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing they can do is both jump in lockers, waiting to open the door. That was a true hero right then. The killer can't mask his heartbeat unless he has Insidious. He took the down on the other guy. If he actually looks for the snowball, that's going to be really good for him. It just goes to show you the sheer power and know it. But instead, he took the hook on the other guy. That's okay. They're stalling it out longer. That gives me time to get the door. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go for a basement save on this map. It's the end of the game. He's had all the time to place his prep. He's walked away from the hook and walked back. I feel like, unfortunately, our teammate is going to die here. This is not a situation where I feel like I'm going to be able to go down there and make a play. I don't know where no-ed is. I don't know where the totem is. I've already got a dead player, and I've got the other ally. Is he chasing the other ally? If he does, I'll go for the basement. I have information through Kindred, and I can see he's proxying the area. The fact he has lethality and instant down. If I could find his no-ed, I'd look for a play to save him. But I feel like his no-ed's all the way in this left-hand side in this corner. Why would he keep coming out of the basement in order to check all the way over here? It makes me feel like he has preparation on his no-ed. The other guy is dying on hook as well, I think. I think we're going to have to walk away from this one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't actually see myself being able to save this guy. I feel a little bad. I don't want to be that person who leaves a player to die on the hook, but the no-ed did bring him back. I'm sorry, buddy. It's going to be literally a trade in the basement. I think we're going to just have to leave this gentleman. So, if you are playing a Trapper, rather than relying on perks like this that excel at the end of the game, you're better off running perks like Corrupt Intervention, Grim Embrace, Dead Man Switch, Pain, Res, Thrilling Tremor, these perks that lock generators and give you regression from not being near a generator. It's going to allow you to excel rather than relying on a totem perk like no-ed. No-ed can perform well, but at the end of the day, it could be bad too. Unfortunately, we had to leave our teammate there. There wasn't much I could do without literally trading with him, and then I probably would have died on the hook anyways. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed that educational, informative Dead by Daylight video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do educational, informative DBD killer and survivor content over at Twitch if you guys want to tune into the live stream. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one. Cheers.